Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and I have a few different Ripple and XRP related stories for you in this particular hot jam. And I'll be starting with this one from crypto media outlet You Today, titled Ripple On-Demand Liquidity Platform and its PayID partners wire almost 100 million XRP. Well, that's more than a little bit. You know, I don't understand why this particular crypto media outlet insists on using the word wire, which really it refers to a very specific type of transfer within the legacy financial system. When you're moving cryptocurrencies like XRP around, it's just a transfer. It doesn't meet the definition of wire. Whatever, I'm just reading it like they write it, though. I guess that's it. I wouldn't say that it grinds my gears, but I will say that it's not precise enough for the likes of Moon Lambo. All right, then we've got this piece from the Daily Hodl. Ripple sent payments giant MoneyGram $9.3 million in XRP in the third quarter of 2020. Here's why. And MoneyGram doing pretty well. All things considered, big picture, heading in the right direction. Check out this headline. Ripple partner MoneyGram share price adds 26.28% after publishing Q3 report. So investors like what the company had to say about the direction that it's going. And a notable part of that, undeniably, is the partnership with Ripple, utilizing XRP as a bridge currency. So plenty to discuss here. But before we go any further, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you would please ever so delicately tap the like button, I would definitely appreciate the support. I also recommend that you subscribe to the Moon Lambo channel, because if you do, you will become more intelligent. In fact, and there's scientific evidence for this, I'm sure, somewhere out there. And use the Webernets to find it. You should probably ask Jeeves. I think Jeeves knows where the scientific proof is. But your IQ will increase. And also, you'll become physically more attractive out there. And so there's a lot of people out there that maybe they have a unibrow, just won't go away. You're like plucking it away. Bam! Like comes back like the next morning. That's going to go away. You're going to have a stronger jawline if you're a man. And if you have a receding hairline, you will suddenly have a proceeding hairline. And there are all sorts of testimonials. So feel free to drop your own testimonial below. And typically they pop up in the comment section. I'm very thankful because it's an easy way to support the channel that's free. And so I really do appreciate that. So you don't want to miss out. And shout out to Will Frank, who tagged me along with a few others in the XRP community. Now, it's after midnight where I live, at least in the Midwest. But you know what? It's close enough to Halloween. Take a look at this. There's no way I couldn't share this with you. This is pretty cool. Will Frank wrote, I think my pumpkin face completely shows the frustration today, but also shows the determination of XRP community. So shout out to you, and thank you very much for tagging me, and I'll show you a couple close-ups. But yeah, that's awesome, man. I gotta tell you, like, I could not do that. Like, so if I start... Like, I'm telling you, I would definitely accidentally cut myself multiple times. Like, don't give sharp objects to a Moon Lambo. Just saying. All right, into this piece now. The Ripple On-Demand Liquidity Platform and its PayID partners wire almost 100 million XRP. According to the data published by XRPL Monitor, the tracking bot has tweeted that over the past 20 hours, a gargantuan amount of XRP, around 100 million, has been transferred by several exchanges. Be Bitstamp, Huobi, Bittrex, Binance, and Bitfinex. Ripple's on-demand liquidity platform in Luxembourg, Bitstamp, has moved 22.7 million XRP between its internal digital wallets and Ripple's product on-demand liquidity that allows sending funds via RippleNet using XRP without having to pre-fund the recipient's account is certainly at play here. So Ripple uses several on-demand liquidity corridors in Luxembourg, Australia, Mexico, the Philippines, Japan, South Korea, just to name a few. And isn't it going to seem cute when we can look back to the early days, which is, I would argue, is now, when you can count on the fingers on two hands, you know, the number of like corridors that exist. It's just, look, I'm impressed by what Ripple has done, so I don't ever want, when I say stuff like that, I don't want anyone to take it the wrong way. Like, I am Mr. XRP Bull here, and I'm very impressed with what Ripple has done unquestionably. It's just a matter of fact, from my perspective at least, that it takes a long time to build out these corridors, and we just have to be patient here. I mean, consider that MoneyGram, for example, which I'll be talking about in just a moment. They conduct business. I can't remember the number that they cited, but Alex Holmes, the CEO of MoneyGram, he cited in an interview that it was I think 22,000 corridors or something ridiculous like that. So there's a lot to be done, right? There's definitely a lot to be done. Now, the XRP tracking monitor also spotted that a substantial amount of XRP, 35 million, was wired by the Huobi exchange internally, and a similar amount was received by it from Bitfinex. And then they have this little subheading here, Ripple's PayID partners. Huobi is one of the crypto companies that are working together with Ripple on the PayID project, which intends to make conducting crypto payments as seamless as sending an email. Apart from Huobi, other crypto companies joined Ripple to support PayID, Brave Browser, BitGo, Blockchain.com, etc. And it'll be interesting to see what becomes the standard in this particular regard, because right now, the concept, it really is as easy as sending an email. That's basically what they're talking about. It's like your name, $, and then whatever the domain is effectively. That's pretty much it. Very similar to how you move an email. But there are a number of platforms that are actually out there that are seeking to solve the same problem. So again, now this has nothing specifically to do directly with XRP anyway. It's just part of the concept of the Internet of Value as Ripple sees it. But there are definitely other platforms that are kind of seeking to do more or less the same thing. And hey, you know what? I like healthy competition. That'd be fine. But that's perfectly fine. So we'll just have to see how this all plays out here. But regardless, there's all sorts of stuff in place that Ripple, when the history books are written, way, way, way in the future, there's no way you can have a full discussion about the early days of crypto without having a lot of discussion about Ripple. Because think about it, they created Interledger Protocol, damn it. And it was the W3C that pushed it through, and I understand that Ripple doesn't control that, but hell, it's because of the Ripple employees that it's existing in the first place. And that's implemented into web browsers that are on your frickin' phone right now. It's amazing right now. And so it's all part of the Internet of Value. And as this develops further, that's really what's going to spur along the adoption. I think it'll help to whatever degree we'll see, but the adoption of cryptocurrency in just the daily interactions of humans, which outside of speculation, you don't really see that. It's mostly just humans buying and selling to speculate, which is fine for early days, but utility ultimately has to matter in a more meaningful way. And at least with XRP, it is functionally being used as a bridge currency today, so there is that. All right, now into this piece from the Daily Hodl. Ripple sent payments giant MoneyGram $9.3 million in Q3 2020. Here's why. New financial filings show Ripple sent money transfer giant MoneyGram millions of dollars worth of XRP in the third quarter of this year. MoneyGram received $9.3 million in Q3 from the San Francisco-based payment startup in market development fees, and that's in a quotes, market development fees. MoneyGram also says it witnessed a net benefit of 8.9 million after. They mean million, right? I just realized, I read through the first time really fast, and I didn't realize that they didn't write that out. But anyway, that's after $400,000 in transaction and trading expenses. Freaking crypto media, man. I swear, man, it's like the number of mistakes you see in crypto media compared to traditional media, it's not even close. I mean, you'll find mistakes in traditional media, but they're few and far between. And in just crypto media, it's just like, that they I mean, did they even type this? Sometimes I wonder if they scribbled their content on a napkin and then they have some sort of scanner that knows which letters they're trying to write, and then they just bam, put that straight up to the internet without even spell checking it. Am I reading something that was once on a napkin with KFC grease on it or something like that? I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. I'm just saying here. But anyway, the market development fees are sent in XRP, which MoneyGram says it immediately converts into cash. Now, that part is not surprising, and we already knew that MoneyGram, as stated, and it's for regulatory reasons, they do not keep XRP on the books, period. They get purely, well, maybe they have additional reasons, but it's not an option for them now, certainly because of regulatory concerns out there. But maybe they don't want to anyway, internally, maybe they got the reasons. But that would not be the driver at this point in time, is what I'm saying. The remittance firm first categorized the Ripple market development fees as revenue, but after a consultation with the Securities and Exchange Commission, it now uses the fees to offset expenses, according to a MoneyGram press release. So it sounds like a mixture of, semantics and monetary gymnastics. It's like the net result's the same for MoneyGram, but hey, now the SEC's cool with it. Hey, whatever, man. That's fine. They can do whatever they want. But there you go. So here's what they actually had to say, and I haven't talked about this in the channel, but here's what they had to say in an SEC filing. MoneyGram explained why it receives compensation in the form of XRP from Ripple. The company is compensated by Ripple and XRP for developing and bringing liquidity to foreign exchange markets, facilitated by the on-demand liquidity platform, and providing a reliable level of foreign exchange trading activity. We refer to this compensation as market development fees. So there you go. And then there's this. MoneyGram share price up 26.28% after publishing Q3 report. And it wasn't until their partnership with Ripple was announced in summer of last year that their fortune in terms of market appreciation really started. They were down to like the lowest I can recall, it was $1.39 per share of MoneyGram, and it's gone up quite a bit. Check out this article. So after publishing its quarterly report the other day, global remittance behemoth MoneyGram has seen its stock price soar 26.28% within just one day, from $4.80 to $5.80 on NASDAQ. Now, it has retraced a fair bit since then, but it's kind of cool to see. It's just interesting because the stock market, it's probably fair to say, more traditional market compared to crypto, right? News matters. You see good news surrounding, Ripple and the XRP ledger, though, and the market's like, it's ridiculous. But the good news does, I firmly believe this, I do believe the good news keeps XRP in its relative position in terms of market cap, and it has for the better part of a decade. It's just that most participants in the market right now, they're just not weighting the importances in terms of actual usage of cryptocurrencies, news developments. They're not weighting that in a way that you would expect to see in more mature asset classes, just like what you see with stocks. Frankly, that's it. So how about that? But it went up a good bit and then back down. So whatever. Hopefully they keep going in the right directions because it's a rather notable partner of Ripple. Anyway, that is it for this video, though. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!